Alright guys, welcome back. We have another question from the shear and bending moment diagrams from the chapter 5 of Engineering Mechanics by Johnston. And for the beam and loading show, we need to draw the shear and the bending moment diagrams, and we need to determine the equations of the shear and bending moment curves. So as always, we're going to start with the free body diagram because we need to find the forces that we have at, or I should say the reactions that we have at each support. We have a fixed support in this beam, which means we need to figure out the reactions at this support, and we're going to go from there. So we have a fixed support, as I mentioned. We can consider one force in here. Let's call it A. Technically, we need to consider both horizontal and vertical forces at this reaction, but because there's no force in horizontal direction, I'm just going to consider one vertical, which is A. We also have moment for fixed support, which we need to consider, and we have this distributed force where we can find the magnitude W0 times L divided by 2. So it's kind of like the area of this right triangle, and we know the center for that's going to be somewhere in here, which is in the distance of 1/3 of L to the right and 2/3 of L to the left side. So we are in equilibrium. Let's just figure out these reactions first. Let's start with the moment about point A. We have a sign convention of counterclockwise positive. So we have M, which is one of our reactions at aim and at A, and also we have the moment of the distributed force. We can see it's clockwise, so negative. The force is W0 times L over 2. And as I mentioned, the distance is going to be 2/3 of L. And yeah, so the moment in here would be, and cancel 2W0 times L squared divided by 3. And the positive sign in here shows that the moment is actually the direction that we considered, or counterclockwise. So that's one reaction. Let's find the A also. It's going to be our positive Y. So we're going to have A minus our distributed force W0L divided by 2. That's pretty much it, equals 0. So we have a W0L divided by 2. Now we have the reactions, and we can move on to our free body diagram. Now we need to draw the free body diagram for our section, where we have the beam, the reactions that we have at M, and what we found for A. Our A was WL divided by 2, and for the moment we have what we found in here, W0 L squared divided by 3. And now we have the distributed force on top of this. And one thing we need to keep in mind is to figure out the value that we have. Obviously, this is going to be our X, and the forces that we have, our shear would be V here, and we have the moment, or the bending moment. But the tricky part of this is to figure out the maximum in here. And for finding that, we're going to use what we had in geometry, basically. For the distributed force, we had W, and we have this distance L. And what we call in here is X, and we are looking for this side. So we can call this maybe square. From the geometry, square over the W0 is equal to X over L. So just cross multiply this. Our square would be W0 times X over L. So we need to keep in mind to watch for this. The value that we have for a square is very important. So what we have in here is W0 X over L. Now that we have that, we're good to go. We're going to do the same thing. We have the sum of all forces in Y equals 0. And based on this, we can find our V. And after that, we can find the moment about this point. We can call it maybe D, and we should be able to find the bending moment. All right, so looking at the Y, we have W0L divided by 2, and we have the force of the distributed force, which we can replace it with one single force again here at the distance of 2/3 of X, and it's going to be the area of this right triangle, which is WX over L times the base, which is X divided by 2. So that's going to be our second force, which is downwards, so negative W X squared over 2L, and we have also negative V, and that's going to be 0. This is going to give us the V, or the shear, which it's going to be WL half minus W0 x squared over 2L. So that's going to be the equation for our V. We can actually show the diagrams here. Let's do this V over X, and I'm going to do the bending moment after that. So looking at the equation, we can see that we have a parabola, and the negative sign is going to turn the parabola. So we just have to find the starting point and the ending point. So the starting point would be x equals 0, which is going to be WL divided by 2, and we know parabola is this for x squared, and we have negative, it's going to be in the opposite direction. So it's going to start from here, and if we just put L, we're going to get the same value. So it's going to be 0, and we're going to get something like this for our V. For the moment, we're going to find the moment about d equals 0 for the bending moment. And let's see what we have. So we have the moment of the reaction. We can figure out is positive. So W is 0, L squared divided by 3. We have the moment of this force about D, which is clockwise, so negative WL divided by 2, and the distance is x. And the last thing is the moment of our distributed force, which is this one. We can see it's counterclockwise, so positive plus the force is going to be W0 x squared divided by 2L. Same as what we have in here. So that's the force, and we also need the distance. The distance would be the distance from the force to the d, since we are finding the moment about d. So 1/3 of x times 1/3 of x. And the last thing would be our bending moment plus m is equal to 0. And I just can bring everything on the other side. The moment would be negative W0 L squared over 3 plus W0 L divided by 2 times x, and negative, actually we have x cubed over 6L. So that's going to be our equation, and we can see that we have a third-degree polynomial curve, or the cubic curve. Again, this is our L. Let's just put the beginning and the end point just to get an idea how the curve looks like. So putting 0 in here, we can see that we're going to start from negative W0 S squared over 3. So that's going to be our starting point. If we just put XL, we can calculate it if we just put L in here. So we just L in here, L cubed. So we can see that we're going to get 0. So we're going to get to this point, and it's going to give us a curve like this at this point, moving from 0 to L. And yeah, that's pretty much everything for this question. Just watch for the distributed force and what I talked about for finding this max. That's the trickiest part of this question. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.